I thought it was over. What is good, guys? It is Decrypt back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about psychology and day trading. I'm about to break every single one of your minds and fill it up with all the knowledge that you're supposed to have. So that way you don't have to think about all these subconscious thoughts when you're taking day trades. Because I know that all of you are probably sitting there trying to take a day trade, and then you're thinking, what contract should I buy? What levels do I get? Uh, is this an actual A plus setup? Ah! I'm about to fix all that for you, right? I'm obviously not going to do it in the first episode. I covered a lot of the charts, I covered a lot of the simple things, and then we're going to start combining everything towards the end of the boot camp. This might take longer than a month. I started realizing that after last week. I filmed the charts, and then I realized how much of psychology and how much of monetary policy, and then how much of everything, putting it together. And then you put everything together, you still make mistakes, and then you still end up making more mistakes, losing more money. So you got to figure that out. Well, we're going to get through all of it together, right? Well, welcome to psychology, and we're pretty much just going to get straight at it. This is all unedited. I'm just going to be yapping at you guys and throwing as much information as I can instead of just giving you 1 or 5 steps to follow, right? I don't know how long these videos are going to be. They might be long, they might be short, but I'm going to try to cover as many topics. And today is going to be for beginners, right? So I know a lot of you are beginners, a lot of you are new to day trade, and the number one thing that is stopping you from becoming a successful day trader is not being able to wake up and market open. I used to struggle with this. I used to wake up at like 8:25, 8:30. I'd see the market moving. I don't even have my levels marked. I'm like, trying to get in a trade. And then I end up losing because I have no idea what I'm doing, right? Well, the reason I say that is because that's just a habit, right? Everything that you do in day trade stems from the habits in your real life. So if you're unable to wake up every single day, if you're unable to brush your teeth every morning, if you're unable to clean your clothes, do your laundry, do your chores, I don't care what you think about it. If you don't have good habits, you're going to be unsuccessful at day trading. You must have good habits. Think about the things that you don't think twice about. Every morning I wake up, I don't think twice about putting my clothes on. I don't think twice about brushing my teeth. I don't think twice about drinking water, eating food. I don't think twice about these things. These are all habits that I've built throughout my life that are healthy and that allow me to continue living, right? Well, it's going to be the same thing in day trading. I want you to think about the things that you don't want to think about twice, right? Where are these levels at? How much should I enter this trade with? You should always just have the same position size, right? We're going to start tuning out all these questions that you have when you're day trading. So that way it makes it so much easier for you. It's so much clearer. You don't have to be all over the place. That's why it's so important to have good habits, have a good routine, because ultimately day trade is going to give you all the freedom in the world. So even if you spend your morning how you don't want to, you're probably waking up, drinking, smoking, going out to parties, hanging out with friends that don't really care about you. They're not ambitious. They don't want to make more money. They just want to spend it, right? You have to tune out this lifestyle. There is no excuse. I've never met anybody that's lazy, drinks, smokes, and doesn't or becomes successful. I'm sorry. I haven't met anybody like that. Obviously, there's gonna be people like, oh, Wiz Khalifa, Snoop Dogg, da da da. But it's like that's their marketing tactic, and we see behind that. So we're smart enough to know that we're not gonna be famous just because we smoke weed. Everybody smokes weed. Everybody drinks alcohol. Almost everybody does something. So it's all about you and your personal development, your habits, and not having to think twice about these subconscious things. It's like I don't have to think twice about, like when I'm looking at a chart, if I'm looking at a certain level and we break past that level with a fair value gap, I want to play the retest. And I've seen this so many times that it's a habit for me to just enter the trade. If I see a candle close below my stop loss or TP, or at my TP, I'm closing the trade. I have the habit of doing these things. I have the habit of sizing into my trade on the retest with less than what I would exit with on the other way around. So my habit is, if my full position is 10 contracts, I'm grabbing two on the retracement, As it goes lower, add two more. As it goes lower, it has two more. Then once I finally hit that fair value gap and retest it, I'm in my full position. I've built the habit of doing that. And the reason I do that is because it's not promised that the fair value gap's going to touch, right? That's just where the displacement's at. That's where we know volume is breaking through levels, but it's not promised that we're going to touch that to a T to the cent, right? But I've built the habit of entering slowly just in case it goes my way, right? So if it goes my way, okay, cool, I make money. But I wish it would have went lower so I could have added more. That's how you want to feel in these trades. And you can't do that when you're over here wondering, oh, what's a fair value gap? What's a level? Da da da. You're gonna learn all these things, right? You already know what levels are. You already know what trends are. You already know what resistance, this and that, da da da. You know what reversals are. You've already seen all of that, right? Now it's time to join or start learning about the psychology because that's really the most important part. The charts are only like 5% of it, right? The psychology is going to be the most important part. So the first thing you have to do, starting tomorrow, wake up early, force yourself out of bed. I know you're probably waking up and you're cold, snugged up, like 5 more minutes, 5 more. No, just force yourself out of bed, bro. Don't think twice about it. Just do it. Just go. Just don't even think twice. Start that habit now. Because if you start that habit, building good habits, when you start day trading, you're not even gonna have to think twice about taking the proper setup. You're not gonna have to think twice about your position size. None of that, right? So it's very, very, very important that you start fixing your habits now. Don't wait. Get it started and do it. That's step number one in psychology is make sure your habits are good. That's it. It's been Decrypt. I will catch you guys in the next episode. Take care. Deuces.